Welcome to a new series I'm starting called The Greatest Album of All Time. It's not a statement, it's a question. I will be going through a lot of different albums that people consider the greatest and giving my own personal opinion and rating on that album. For the first episode today, I may ruin the entire series as I'm talking about what for my shout is the greatest album ever. The 1975 masterpiece, follow-up to the album that launched them to superstardom. I'll be reviewing Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. I've made it no secret that Pink Floyd is easily my favourite band ever, Radiohead being the only other artist or band that comes close. In 1973, Pink Floyd released The Dark Side of the Moon, another contender for the greatest album of all time. And then 2 years later, they released Wish You Were Here. Remember when you were young, you shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. The opening to the album is the peak of the listening experience. A 13-minute masterpiece representing everything in the life and career of Syd Barrett. When they were mixing the song, Syd Barrett actually showed up to the studio, seeing the band members for the first time in years. Bold and sober, he listened to Shine On You Crazy Diamond and called it a bit odd, but slipped away without anyone noticing. While he may not have understood it was about him, he must have known shortly after the album released. It is the perfect album opener, showing you what you're in for, a 48-year-old album that still sounds futuristic even in 2023. A song that is for my shout the best piece of music put to audio. If you say you can't listen to long songs, such as one of my friends, give Shine On You Crazy Diamond a go, enjoy the experience and close your eyes. Don't cry, just smile. The song goes into Syd Barrett, and through 5 parts, including the most beautiful chord ever, and some of the best guitar work by Gilmour, Forever Shine Syd. The song ends with a glimmer of hope, but the noise and terror of the next track, Welcome to the Machine, slowly creeps in, removing hope and replacing it with fear, knowing that nothing can be done, because now there's a look in your eye like black holes in the sky. The drugs ruined early Floyd. They still made masterpieces from Astronomy Domine to Jug Band Blues, but it couldn't last. It couldn't continue under Syd Barrett, so the black holes of his eyes had to go, or he did. Sadly, he couldn't recover and save his spot. He had to leave. He was caught in the crossfire of childhood and stardom. Come on, you stranger, you legend, you martyr. Just shine. The first of 2 songs on this album that reference the music industry, Welcome to the Machine is probably the weakest song on the album. Even my friend who loves Pink Floyd doesn't like it. Here's a direct quote from Maya. The weakest song on the album, underwhelming for a 7-minute duration. I actually think the song is phenomenal. 9 out of 10 easily, though it is still the weakest song on the album. It focuses on how the industry could hurt people, cause them to fall, like Syd Barrett did. The song is a rock song, absolutely. More than any song on Dark Side of the Moon. It's heavy and creates a huge impact and a sense of anger. What did you dream? It's alright, we told you what to dream. The machine is ever turning and won't stop even when it's killing people. It ruined Syd Barrett's life as the band attributes the pressure of the industry and of the band to being a major factor in his declining mental health. Every human is trapped in a machine from the moment they are born. It's society. It's seen as necessary, but is it? Could we break out of that machine? Probably not, and that's what makes this song so special and deep. Even the worst track is full of meaning, pain, and brilliance. Come in here, dear boy, have a cigar. A sort of sequel to Money, the massive hit from Dark Side of the Moon, Have a Cigar follows the band after the success, and is the second song on Wish You Were Here talking about how the music industry can impact people horribly. They act like they love you, to get you ready to be a part of that machine, but they still don't even know you. Oh, by the way, which one's Pink? The song is a rare sight in Pink Floyd's discography, as it's not a member of the band singing. It's not Syd, it's not Roger, it's not Gilmour, it's not Wright, it's not Mason. It's actually one of their friends named Roy Harper. You can find out more information on how he came to sing this song on the documentary Pink Floyd, The Story of Wish You Were Here. The lyrics are a celebration, maybe due to the band's success after their smash hit, released 2 years prior. We're so happy we can hardly count. They can't stay on task, but even though it's a celebration, they still remind the band where they stand. They are not in control. The label are. You've got to get an album out, you owe it to the people. It's risky for a song like this on Welcome to the Machine to be allowed on an album released by a major label, a track directly dissing the industry that made them successful. Have a Cigar is another 9 out of 10 song. A tad better than Welcome to the Machine, yet definitely below Shine On You Crazy Diamond 1 for 5. Though for a while I did consider this the best song on the album. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? Perhaps the most beautiful lyrics in Pink Floyd's history, it wasn't released as a single from Wish You Were Here, but it deserved to be. It's a well-known Pink Floyd song, and one of 2 songs in the Rolling Stones 500 Greatest Songs of All Time that was released by Pink Floyd, alongside Comfortably Numb from The Wall. The song isn't a direct tribute to former frontman Syd Barrett like Shine On You Crazy Diamond is, but it's a tribute to anyone you want to be here, anyone who is gone, whether alive or dead, or just fallen out with, like what happened with the band and Syd. The song is beautiful, as it can mean different things to different people. You may have a different interpretation than I do, and that's a positive, as it's the beauty of this song. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? Shows how people exchange risks and challenges in life for domestic, simple and bland life. It's easier, but is it worth it? Wish You Were Here is my most streamed song from the album. It's my 5th most streamed Pink Floyd song overall, behind Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 from The Wall, Brain Damage and Time from Dark Side of the Moon, and Comfortably Numb from The Wall. I used to think this song was very overrated, but I have since grown to adore it. It's 100% a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. The best lyrics, brilliant guitar work and just brilliance all around. Go and enjoy. It was also argued for a while that it should be the closing track of Wish You Were Here. Gilmour wanted Shine On You Crazy Diamond to be a 1 long song. And for once, I agree with Roger Waters. It's better to be the penultimate track, creeping into the second half of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. The second half of Shine On You Crazy Diamond is not as good as the first, and yet it's still beautiful. The ideal way to listen to the song, in my opinion, if you're not listening to Wish You Were Here the album, is the full 26-minute version, including the connection from Echoes The Best of Pink Floyd. A link to that version is in the description. Nobody knows where you are, how near or how far. The song is, just like 1 through 5, all about Syd Barrett. Instead of being a tribute to his life though, it's a message on his disappearance. This is noticeable in the opening lines of both songs. In 1 through 5 it opens with, remember when you were young, you shone like the sun. But in 6 through 9, it's a completely different feeling and portrayal of Barrett. Nobody knows where you are, how near or how far. Where was Syd? Well, he was gone. Shine On You Crazy Diamond 6 through 9 is a perfect closer, just like 1 through 5 is the perfect opener. The lyrics aren't as brilliant, but in my opinion, it still works brilliantly. Shine On You Crazy Diamond altogether is Pink Floyd's masterpiece, and more so, Rick Wright's masterpiece. It's his song. While he sang Echoes, and that's his best song in my opinion, he is the main contributing factor in Shine On You Crazy Diamond, even though everyone else obviously did play their own part. But Rick Wright doesn't get the credit he deserves, and for Shine On You Crazy Diamond alone, he deserves it. Wish You Were Here was released after The Dark Side of the Moon, and is for my shout the greatest album of all time. It deserves the love it receives. 5 tracks, 3 of them 9 out of 10, 2 of them 10 out of 10, including the greatest song of all time. It was the main vinyl I was missing for a long time, until in December 2022, I finally bought it and it's my best. When I first wrote this script for this video, I wrote an outro saying thank you for my views on my most recent video, and I'm actually going to read that now and then compare it to where it's at now, just to say thank you properly. So in my last video, I said thank you for 500 views on my top 5 albums video. I have 3 things to say in this video. Thank you for 3,000 views on that video. Thank you for a shocking 32,000 views for my top 10 Pink Floyd video. And I know it's probably gone past by the time this video uploads, but thank you for 100 subscribers, although by the time this video is up, it's probably around the 200 subs mark. I was well off. I'm going to set a like goal for this video, though I doubt it will be reached. If this video can somehow get to 100 likes, I'll rank every Pink Floyd song. And then when I came back to the script to finish it and get ready to do the audio, I had to change it. Thank you for 50,000 views on my top 10 Pink Floyd video, and thank you for, at the time, just under 300 subscribers. The like goal is still in place, but like I said, I doubt it's going to happen. If you like this series, then please subscribe. I don't upload very often, but when I do, it's pretty mediocre. I don't think my next video is gonna be music related, more so Pink Floyd related. I think it will be back to my old videos, like music related. I meant to say movies. I don't know what I'm gonna review, but I prefer those type of videos, but it will still be a mixture of music and movies. My name's been JKT Reviews. I'll see you eventually. Goodbye and good night. Bang.